All right, Pro Wrestling Proverbs episode number 136. I don't know if you've seen that.
I did.
They started numbering them now. It was a lot of work. I had to count them by hand. I
Does
only
that
got 10 fingers.
does that only count this iteration, or does that count?
It counts what's ever on our YouTube.
Okay,
Um, our YouTube minus Logan Scriptures,
okay,
because
okay.
those are already numbered. And we're up to, I think, 14 on those.
Yeah, we're up
Something
there.
like
We're
that.
up there.
So, yeah, we got close. Originally I thought, like, wow, we're gonna be at like 150 or something here soon. But I was like, I can't count Logan Scriptures; those are already numbered. So that's a separate entity.
That is separate.
Yeah, I look a little bit different right now. We were literally just about to record something special. I don't know if it's gonna be out yet by the time you guys see this. Probably not. And then my computer died.
Yes, it
Um,
died right in front of us.
yeah, we had a funeral for it and everything. So yeah,
Now,
I'm now recording on an iPhone.
do you think
We adapt here, PWP.
do you think your computer will come back before or how do I word this? Do you think your computer will come back quicker than Brock Lesnar from his retirement?
Um, maybe it depends on. I think the reason for both of them coming back is probably the same, and it's all about money. It's all about money,
Yes.
baby.
I I
Lesnar probably got paid to come back, or maybe it was all part of the show or whatever. My computer, if I give it enough money, I'll probably come back too.
yeah,
Cheaper than Lesnar, hopefully.
yeah, it made me laugh because I know there's quite a bit of people. I put that, I forget the exact wording on our social media, but I said if this is it for Brock Lesnar, and then I had multiple people text me. I even had family members when I said if he retires, like, oh man, he cried in the ring. Oh, he took his boots off. He's done. Paul Heyman cried. Yeah, love Paul Heyman, but he is very about the money, about the shock factor. Brock Lesnar's clearly about the money because he's held up Vince probably a handful of times before. So I think they saw that enough people talked about, oh, they're going to do this Brock and Oba thing, and then comes SummerSlam. It's going to be Brock and Gunther. Gunther's going to retire Brock. So
Which
they
still might
decided to
happen.
they took matters into their own hands and said, you know what? Let's kayfabe everyone.
I it's funny. He said, "Oh, he was crying in the ring. He was all emotional." Blah blah blah. My wife was watching it, and she started crying for some reason. I was like, "Babe, are you really crying over Brock Lesnar right now?" She's like, "It's so sad."
Yeah, and
I'm
that's
like,
the thing
it's
online. I
fine.
saw the reason they knew it was real is because Brock was crying. Dude, Brock's a pretty good actor. He's shown it before on WWE TV. You know, I know it doesn't make sense that the little farm boy lives in Canada right now would be a good actor, but you know, when it pays the bills, it pays the bills.
Pays the bills.
I mean, he had to act like he didn't like pissing videos.
He really does. He really does. Poor Sable.
Yeah. So, when Oba
I
eventually beats Brock in their best of 3, do you think they're gonna try and make this the? I kind of referenced it before too on our social media. The like when Brock beat Undertaker at 30, is that gonna be that moment? Is that gonna be Oba's jumping off point that he can reference forever?
I think so. Honestly, I don't think it goes to 3. I think Oba beats him at Clash in Italy again. And just I think the sooner that Opa gets over Brock, the better. To
Yeah.
just beat him. Uh, let's put a strap on him. That's literally and figuratively. Let's put a strap on his back and push him up the card and give him one of the straps.
Yeah, I say Oba's super over right now. I think it'll be a while before he doesn't become over, but yeah, you don't want to make fans wait. Then you get instances like
LA
Sami
Knight.
Zayn, yeah, LA Knight. Uh,
I saw a prediction video today. This girl was like, "Oh, I'm going to predict what happens at the next couple pay-per-views." He's like, LA Knight obviously has to win the Money in the Bank this year. I'm like, buddy, I got news for you.
Yeah, probably
He ain't
not.
touching that thing.
I heard there's a chance, and I think it's a sliver's chance, but there's a chance that they're gonna put it on Cardona, and that's why Cardona's been like losing on TV so much. So that way, it's that whole situation of you don't expect him to win it, and then he's in it and he does.
Yeah,
That'd be cool. That'd be fun. That's why I wore my original my Zack Ryder shirt.
Zack Ryder is dead,
I
Logan.
figure if they're gonna keep not putting the strap on LA Knight, maybe I'll move on. Maybe I'll move on to another unloved mid Carter. Not unloved by the fans, unloved by the pencil.
Speaking of LA Knight, I just want to talk about this right now. Um, so I talked to you, I don't know, a couple weeks ago. I'm just trying to get like random TikTok people that come on to our podcast,
Yeah.
and so I reached out because I realized there's some drama going on in wrestling TikTok. You're obviously not probably in the know in the
No,
halves.
nope. I do not
Uh,
have TikTok.
Let me see if I can pull up their usernames. I know the one. You know of LA Night
Ah.
Girl, right?
Yep, heard of her.
Yeah, so she's up.
She's the one that brought the vehicle to the last event, right? Like a big truck or something, and
I think it was just there.
oh,
She just took pictures in it or something. I don't know. Um, yeah, LA Night Girl. She's obviously obsessed with LA Night. Uh, then there's this other girl. Let me grab her username here.
I wonder if
Uh,
they'd still be as into him if they realized he was the one that took the 50% pay cut.
there might be more into him because he's like, what a company man. He's just doing what's right. Uh, Anama Lisa.
Okay.
And she's got beef with LA Night Girl because she is showing up to all the LA Night signings half naked and stalking him, apparently. Uh,
Whoa.
or accusing her of doing all these random things.
Whoa.
And I wanted to get to the bottom of it. So
Okay.
my plan was just get them both on,
Got them
hash
both
it out,
on.
and just see what happens. I doubt that happens.
We could do a trivia contest with them, and whoever gets the most right is
The
the
most
LA Night
LA
girl.
Night, yeah, like an LA Night themed trivia. Uh, Issue is, I think we could probably get this Anomalisa person on.
Hmm.
She gets about the same amount of views as we do on TikTok. I think the biggest problem would be getting hold of LA Night Girl because I think she thinks she's actually super popular. Yeah, she's got 50,000 followers.
Yeah, and that's just on one account.
Yeah. Why?
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
what was it, a year and a half ago, I tried getting like this, like same type of thing where it was like, let's try to get some random people on to do WrestleMania Jeopardy.
Yeah,
And I think I sent her a DM. I'm like, she's obviously a wrestling fan, try to get like, not have like a sausage fest up in here. Let's get,
right.
and I thought at the time, she's not that much bigger than us and like following, and I think she ignored us. We got ghosted.
Yikes.
But yeah, she has a tattoo of LA Knight's signature on her body. And I think she's been to almost every LA Knight meet and greet. I think that's her claim.
That's crazy.
That's a lot. And it's not like at a regular convention where he might cost like 60, $80
Uh-huh.
or whatever it would be. These are Fanatics, WWE sponsored meet and greets.
Those are
I
way
think
too
the cricket
much.
ones are free, right?
Yeah, the
But
crickets are free, and then if you're low enough down the card, WWE Studio does like free ones. If you're like a Humberto Carrillo or
okay,
Maxine Dupree before.
we don't got to call some of these people out for
Sure we do.
weird shit. But yeah, there's um the only issue is apparently Bree is her name, LA Night Girl.
Okay.
She has not commented publicly or
Oh,
responded publicly to this one girl, but apparently there's been some messages sent between mutuals, and it's getting kind of feisty. But we did get a follow back from
nice.
from Ashley, the Superwoman.
Okay.
You know her?
Heard of her.
We have something back from her. We might sure yeah. I want to get her on the pod. Not sure if we
Yep.
can. She's a big
Heard of
Uso
her.
fan. Well, she's actually it would have been timely. She's a New Day fan. She loves the New Day. Xavier Woods
I
and
also love the New Day.
they just got fired or mutually parted
No,
ways.
they mutually parted ways.
Yeah.
At
So we
what
could
we
talk to
like
her
to
about
call
that.
what we like to call in the real world, hey, either quit or you're fired.
You know, I've never been given that conversation. I've always
No.
ever been just fired or quit. I got fired from a telemarketing job because I yelled at an old man over the phone.
Well, I can't believe you got
I
fired from
cut a
that one.
promo on him.
You were interviewing Dwayne Johnson like almost daily at that job.
Yeah, you can say that. How do you remember that?
How do I remember that? Because my brain keeps all sorts of useless knowledge in
Here,
places where it should have real things.
this is. I have the backpack right here. So that shouldn't get me in trouble, right?
No, I shouldn't.
I don't work there anymore.
No. I mean, I wouldn't want to be in trouble, but did you happen to see who was in trouble?
There's been a problem. Leaf ministers. There's a lot of them that do get in trouble. Which one are you talking about?
Well, I guess first we'll start with Ludwig Kaiser. But like I put on our social media, I don't know what everyone's problem is. He hasn't been on Raw or SmackDown in months.
Mm-hmm.
Um, they kept mentioning how it's going to mess up
He's got to be
AAA
injured
book.
or something.
Yeah, and how it's going to mess up AAA booking. I don't know if he's like in the crowd, if maybe he's a producer like Robert Roode, but
Yeah,
I saw Kaiser got in trouble, and then I
I think he
saw
picks up the catering while he's there. I think
that
that's what
makes
he does.
sense.
Yeah,
Um, in a
healthy stuff.
non-joking matter, I saw Gunther was the one who bailed him out. I don't know if that.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh yeah, I see here on TMZ. What a good guy.
yeah. And then I also saw Axelmania still in the 2015 Royal Rumble. Also got into some trouble. This is gonna sound awful, but when I saw his mugshot, I said, "Damn, just like your dad." Because Kurt Hennig was a little bit of a troublemaker too.
Yeah, I'm more upset with Kurt with his over the Kaisers. I
Yeah.
guess. Like, put myself in Kaiser's shoes, right? If I'm just making out with my super hot girlfriend, and this chud neighbor comes out and wants to complain about it, yeah, I might fucking smack him too.
Hmm.
But you can't drive drunk and crash into the McDonald's.
No, not
All
unless you're
right.
an Uso.
No, yeah, Usos, you can get away with it.
Yeah, nope.
Um,
Axel. I find it funny that within a month of Ted DiBiase Jr., being found innocent, and then Curtis Axel, it's like there has to be a second generation star in jail. I say star loosely. I do love Curtis Axel, and I did love Ted DiBiase Jr., but I'll say star loosely.
did you see the videos of Junior um or farming like through the crowd during the Cody Roman or Cody Orton match
Yeah,
at
I,
Mania?
I s-
He was
I
just standing
s-
there like he was about to get called out and
well, I
asked.
saw a lot of people speculate that he thought he was going to be shown on the Tron at one point. So he was like getting ready, and he's sitting with his phone. He's ready and ready. It's just Cody and Randy the whole time.
Somebody's just messing with them, right?
Hmm. They have to. We haven't heard much from him since Randy Orton tweeted how Junior owed him money, and then Senior came out and said, "Randy, you must have had too much concussions because I don't owe you anything." I know what an Orton does owe. They owe Undertaker an apology for almost giving him hepatitis.
Yeah, he does. Yes, he does. Hepatitis. How fucking stupid do you have to be?
Very. All right, I've held my tongue long enough. It's near and dear to me. AEW's Jazzware line is done. I don't
Okay.
know if AEW is gonna get a new figure or what. And granted, some of the AEW figures do look a little bad. Their
Yeah, but
main series I thought has always looked good. It was their secondary series that, the faces were little suspects. But I was always impressed with the Luminaries line. You just showed your CM Punk. They also had an Owen Hart. They had a Ric Flair that I picked up, and the robe looks gorgeous. They had a Sting, where it was Blade Runner Sting, and it was Surfer Sting. And I feel like I'm forgetting one. Because we said 4 to start. Punk, Flair, Sting. Oh, and Lionheart, Chris Jericho, which was cool because there's
yeah,
never really been a Lionheart figure. And then with each one, I guess there was a chase figure. So like the Ric Flair, you could get a special robe. Sting was Blade Runner versus Surfer, that kind of thing. But that's all they did with the line. And it gave me flashbacks. I don't want to be that, AEW is just TNA guy. But TNA had a figure line. Again, some looked really good, some didn't. But they had a Legends of Wrestling line. And it had Hulk Hogan and some of his older stuff. It had Sting. It had Raven. It had Terry Taylor because he was a backstage producer. It had Jeff Jarrett in his old, clean-shaven look from Tennessee. I'm pretty sure Scott Steiner was in it. AJ Styles was in it, and it was his old look. And that was with TNA working with the people that they had on the roster that they could actually have in figure form. Man, AEW, regardless of the route they wanted to go, this line could have been the new classic Superstar series from Jax. And here's why.
yeah,
AEW owns Ring of Honor in the library.
yep,
So, just off the top of my head, you could have pumped out an old school Christopher Daniels, an old school Samoa Joe. You could have done the Briscoes throughout the years. Jay Lethal as Jay Lethal or the Black Machismo. You could have done the Panama Sunrise, Adam Cole. You could have done Hangman Page from his rookie year, one of the many iterations of the Young Bucks. And that's just even Roderick Strong and Nigel McGuinness. That's just off the top of my head for that. You move over to the Legends. You had Arn Anderson at one point. You had Tully Blanchard at one point. You still have Jake Roberts. Paul White shown up. You could have done some sort of Paul White, the Giant figure. I'm sure they could have got licensing. You could have done Christian Cage from TNA. Oh, I made a list. You could have done an old school Jim Ross where his face didn't look like ass in the figure. Not in real life. The figure looked awful. A lot of people agree. You could have done a Tony Schiavone from WCW. Oh, where I made a list because I was hot once I realized all the stuff that they could have done. Where else? Where else? Oh, you could have gave Glacier his first figure. You could have done a Dustin Rhodes when he was the American Nightmare in WCW or when he first started. They also had Raven. Sabu made an appearance. You could have done Taz as an announcer or from ECW. Jeff Jarrett's many iterations. There's so many things they could have done with this line. Rob Van Dam made an appearance in AEW. There's just so many things. The only one that I'll give them credit for is I know they probably couldn't do an Edge figure, but that's
right,
the only one. All these others, they could have pulled. They even have Dean Malenko backstage. They could have done a half-ass Four Horsemen figure set with Flair, Blanchard, Anderson, Malenko. But nope. They just and you and I talked about it before. They just released them so weird. I remember when the first series
yeah.
came out. It's
Like
you
all,
could
not just Illuminaries, just like their
yeah.
entire other lines in general.
I remember the first, I guess, 2 series when they came out. I felt like you could find the standouts everywhere, but it would only be certain people. Like there'd be the Hikaru Shidas, the Santana, the Ortiz, the Jake Hagers. even the Jerichos. But then if there's like a big name you wanted, those would be the hard ones to find. But then on the flip side, those LJN style ones that they did for a minute, I
Yeah, I
feel
have
like,
one somewhere.
yeah, I've got the Cody.
I
I
have the
feel like
Darby.
I feel like you can find those at every GameStop and Meijer. Like
Yeah.
everyone had them. The
Well,
Street Fighter set, every GameStop had.
yeah, I have those too. I just
I
like
just,
like I told you before we started recording. We went to a yard sale, so I went through a bunch of boxes. And that's where I found a bunch of my like wrestling collectible stuff that I put away when we had the baby. But
yeah, I don't understand them. They always released so weird.
you know,
Uh,
speaking of Meyer, I want you to check this out next time you're at your local one.
okay.
For those of you that don't live, Meyer's like a Midwest grocery store, like a Target type deal, Walmart. Ours are on clearance,
Oh,
our AEW figures, which means that they're probably not being sold anymore once that area gets like a refresh.
oh yeah.
So next time you're at your local, Meyer, let me know and send me a text. So that'd be really sad if my local store that I go to every day, almost, literally almost right around the corner from me. They stopped selling AEW figs. Literally,
I mean,
they had, I picked up Brian Danielson because it was on clearance. I got it like, and they're running like a deal with like additional 25% off clearance, so I got it for like under
okay.
$10.
Yeah, I mean, it would make sense that they don't sell them with the Jazzwares partnership being done, but I can't
Yeah, I just
imagine.
read that Jazz was just laid off.
Yeah,
Um, their employees that worked on the AEW figure lines.
I
So it's
wonder.
official as of May 8th. It seems like.
I wonder if AEW gets another figure company to work with them. I mean, the company just seems too big and too popular to not have a toy line.
You know, it's surprising that a company filled with like EVPs that are such nerds, like
Yeah,
Omega, and that they have such a hard time with these toys
merchandise.
and the video game.
Yeah,
Like, I know the video game. A lot of people like the video game. A lot of people don't. It was kind of divisive. I thought probably would have been handled better. It wasn't. I think everybody could agree it wasn't handled the best way. And
nope.
um, like, yeah, I wonder who they go to. Um, obviously, and they can't go to who makes the WWE ones now. Mattel
Yes.
sounds right. Uh, can't go to them. Right? It's like them trying to run a show at MSG. It ain't happening.
Nope.
Uh,
Yeah, I think that's one of the big reasons why WWE signed Cardona when they did. Because, I mean, even now, with every Comic-Con that's happened since he's been signed, he's always there in the front line with his figures, with the WWE figures. And it just makes sense. It's the same reason why I keep reading that even though he doesn't have a talent contract, WWE is trying so hard to get Xavier Woods to sign a Tyler Breeze one for Up, Up, Down, Down. Because then at
yeah.
that point, I mean, you have Cardona for the figs, you have Xavier Woods for the video game. You don't even have to have someone watch them. You let them do their own thing. Yeah, AEW. I keep making the joke. I forget whose mom was it used to make the T-shirts.
Was it Chuck Taylor's or not Chuck?
Yeah,
That's his name.
I think so. Chuck E. T.
That's that's the shoe.
Oh,
I'm such a bad wrestling fan.
but yeah, like his mom used to do the T-shirts, and then they went to Pro
Yeah,
Wrestling
Chuck Taylor.
Tees.
Yeah. Does that sound right?
Yeah, Chuck Taylor and Trent Beretta,
Yeah.
the best friends.
Did they? Let's look it up. Chuck Taylor mom, PWTs. As I'm gonna Google right now. Uh, nothing good.
Nothing
Who's
good.
whose mom started?
But yeah, they always have trouble with. I mean, obviously not the wrestling or the TV deals, but that's about all they have. It seems like any other venture they try to do, which that does very much give LOL TNA vibes, because TNA had the same issue with figures, with video games, with merchandise, even WCW to an extent. I mean, they had some good figures, but they were never WWE level. They had a couple good games, but then they also had Backstage Assault that kind of ruined everything. Yeah, it'll be interesting to just see where AEW goes with their figures. They have a lot of superstars that still haven't had one. I wonder if maybe Ringside Collectibles picks up the slack. I know they already do some Ring of Honor exclusives like a Claudio or a Black Machismo that I've got. So maybe they continue that with AEW and Ring of Honor. I think they did the dog collar match with the Revival and the Briscoes. It looked very good. So interesting to see where it goes from there.
Yeah, AEW's in a very interesting place right now, company wide, with all this backlash surrounding TKO and the
Yeah.
Fed. Them, having the show in Saudi Arabia, WrestleMania Saudi Arabia coming up, and all this other external political shit going on with them.
Deleting
AEW
the
can
messages.
AEW can really step in here again. Maybe we capture some of that magic from 2021, 2022 time. I think they're there. They had a great show this past week, Double or Nothing.
Yes.
I don't know if you watched. I called it at work.
I I also think AEW does, and this is going to sound crazy, a lot better job at using celebrities. So, I mean, yeah, WWE has your jelly rolls and your little yachties, and they use them pretty well. But then AEW has your big boom AJs. But then whenever he's there, he looks like a star. The crowd's into it. The Rizzler always does some fun shit.
you know, well, it also helps that Big Boom AJ is a trained wrestler. He
Yeah,
wrestled
but
for a long time before he became social media famous. I think the real star they have is the Rizzler. He's he's a real celebrity here. He's better than Jelly Roll and Yachty and Pat
I want to
McAfee.
I want to try his Raspberry tea. I've heard it's delicious.
What a kid, you know.
I'm
He's probably set
jealous.
up for the rest of his life already.
Yeah.
You probably have no idea what honestly his work is, and for the rest of his life.
Nope. He's probably getting all the gabagool he could eat.
What do you think the Rizzler does 16 years from now when he's early 20s? He's not really fat anymore. That could
Rizzler,
be
if
his
you're
thing.
watching this, we will sponsor you if you would beat down Nicholas of WWE WrestleMania fame. I like
Trust
you
me.
a lot more. I like you a lot more than that Nicholas kid. If there's a Rizzler figure, I'll buy it.
No, I'm just waiting until I come across a Bill Nicholas figure
Nope.
because he was a Build-A-Figure, wasn't he?
Yeah. It's essentially a race between you, Zion, and Dalton. Like all three of you have threatened me with it. And it's just a race for one of you to stumble upon it at like a convention or a
Yeah.
comic store.
Yeah, I'm not gonna go on my way and buy it off of eBay or something.
No, that's no fun.
I want to get it while I'm with you.
That's the kind of stuff when I was younger, my dad would always do. So, he'd come home and he'd have the Goldberg figure for himself, and he'd go, "Oh, I got this Goldberg," and I go, "Oh, what?" And he'd go, "He's the only one at the store, though." I'm like, "Okay," and he goes, "I got you a figure, don't you worry." I'm like, "Oh, here's Eric Bischoff." I'm like, "Oh, cool." And then, for the next holiday, there'd be a Goldberg figure either under the tree or in my Easter basket. But I remember that was so many. I remember getting a letter from Santa where my dad was nice enough and told Santa that I really wanted a Matt Stryker figure. So I had a Matt Stryker figure under the tree. I remember he made it his life's goal to get me a Sin Cara figure when Sin Cara first dropped because I didn't like him. Let's see. Yep, Cara, Stryker, Bischoff. That's the big ones I can think of.
Well, at least
Uh,
he was doing it just to mess with you. There's
yeah.
nothing worse than getting a figure as a kid from a relative or a parent. They don't really care or know about wrestling.
Oh, they just buy a
They,
random one?
yeah, you just get oh sweet, my fifth John Cena figure, great.
Yeah, that my family was really good about communicating with each other and would be like, "Hey, Logan's already got this." Because so my brother collects the figures too, and he has to have like the different attires for different people. So like he's
Oh,
got to have a Shield Roman and a Bloodline Roman. I'd just pretend, or I'd make up some sort of in-universe story as to why is Biker Undertaker the dead man? Or why is Kane with a mask acting like no mask Kane? Shit like that. I can count on my hand how many times I got doubles, but even then, like I couldn't be mad at the family member because I remember one year, again the classic superstars line. People loved buying them because they'd see people. It's like, oh man, Roddy Piper, Bret Hart, Ted DiBiase. I watched those, and I got a Bret Hart, and I was about to be like, oh, I've already got one. And then I just got this story from my great aunt, who I didn't know watched wrestling. I knew she liked Roddy Piper because she thought he was cute, but I didn't know they watched a lot. And she's, oh, that's like what he wore when we took your dad to watch wrestling, and he was there. And I'm like, oh, I can't be mad at that. That's pretty cool.
yeah,
Like you care, you know what I'm into, and all right, fair enough. Yeah, no wrestling. Yeah, I enjoy wrestling figs. Clearly, probably a little too much. But they're just so fun, and if done right, even when they're not done right, like the ECW figures, people like to collect them mint on card. But if you look at them out of the box, they're garbage. Some of the
yeah.
basic WWE figures, like I have some on my wall right now, just because it's the first in line. If I took them out, it'd be straight trash. I remember hating getting the women figures when I was younger because they'd break so easy because they were put
Yeah.
together so poorly. Or if you got one of the really fat guys like Yokozuna, King Kong Bundy, the weird fat bodies, their arms would snap off super easy.
I think you're just rough with your toys.
Oh, I was always rough with them. You had to put them through the ringer.
Yeah.
My entertainment
See,
stand would be my stage, and they'd do moves off it through a table.
I- did we ever the one that like take like a red expo marker and try to make him bleed?
So I didn't do that, but my dad likes to bring up how um Chavo Guerrero, I realized you could edit figures with a Sharpie and you could correct them, you could fix their paint. Um like Farouk, I remember to take off the APA on his shirt, you could just color it in and then you could use whatever to take the Sharpie off. I put Chavo Guerrero through a hair versus hair match, so I rubbed his head onto the ground until the paint came off, and then he was
Should have
just
lost.
bald. And then when I wanted him to have hair back, I just colored it back on. I tried doing custom figures before. That was like the cool thing. Like
Yeah.
I really wanted to Sting and didn't have one, and I had an extra Mr. Kennedy. So I sat with first whiteout and I did the face, and it was like Sting right when he turned into the Crow. I remember my a Rick Steiner broke, so then I popped the head off, I think like a Finley, and I colored the tights the color it's supposed to be. I had two Ted DiBiase, so I took paint and I painted like the suit on, so I had one in wrestling attire, one out of it, just shit like that. Um,
I remember I had a Billy Gunn with his head popped off. My dog Smokey chewed it off and ate it. So that turned into me. That was my figure. So when I put myself into the universe there.
Mine was a John Cena where I put on the Heinz Ward jersey from a Burger King kids meal, and then
Nice.
that was me.
I This is how big of a moron I used to be. I would like I'd put my like figures under the water, like in the sink, to make
Yeah.
it look like they were like sweating and had like the water dripping like how they come out. And I try to do that and just have them just soaking wet and have them come down. That's what I would do. But
No, if I could go back and not open any figures, it would be the classic Superstar line. I had the entire
yeah,
first three series, and then I kept getting more. I remember when they came out, it was so big because that was the first time I had an Andre figure. Um, it was Andre, Shawn Michaels, Hunter Hearst Helmsley, Bret Hart, and The Undertaker. That was serious. Oh, an Ultimate Warrior. I didn't have a Warrior. That was the other time. My mom and I went to Toys R Us to get an Ultimate Warrior, and I thought it was for me, and it was for my dad. And then I didn't know that she picked up another Ultimate Warrior for a future holiday. But it was always just shit like that. Like, oh, we have to get this Scott Steiner for your dad. I'm like, okay,
What's our fucking dad keep getting all these fakes and not me?
okay, all right.
Yeah, my dad didn't collect action figures.
Yeah, my dad, yeah, mine did. Mine still does. Squared Circle Expo. I don't think I talked about it on here. He got that special to John Cena where you can't see him, so he's
Oh,
see-through.
yeah.
And he got the first in line Boogeyman Elite and had the Boogeyman sign it. He's got
Yeah, you
a
should have told me that. Now I have some more trash talk to throw into our fantasy group chat.
he's got a little bit of a collection. He still has he has every Road Warrior figure from the classic Superstar line except the 2-pack when they first came out, because that was like a couple $100. I remember he was so pissed off at the draft figures because of it would tell you like 1 out of 1,000 were made, but if
Yeah.
there was barely any made, or if there was none made, there'd be like a quote under the person. And Brock Lesnar was like, "Wouldn't you like to know?" And the rumor online was there was like 9 Brock Lesnar figures made, and he was so pissed off because he wanted one. Yeah, just fun. Just yeah. There's a definite reason why I'm like I am.
Yeah, I've met both of you. I can
At
tell.
night at family events, my family has said that they cannot tell the difference between us if they can't see like who's talking. They just know that one of us is talking from somewhere, but they don't know who it is.
So I'm trying to see if I agree with that. I feel like you guys have more. I think you guys have distinct voices.
Maybe
I don't know.
you've probably heard mine more.
Yeah, that or maybe your dad's trying to like deepen his voice when he's around me, trying to like threaten me. uh,
we gotta we gotta get a little serious though.
okay.
Friend of the podcast, Jim Ross, recently said he was diagnosed with early Alzheimer's or dementia, and he doesn't know if this AEW contract will be his last that comes up here in August.
First off, I don't think Jim Ross is a friend of the pod.
He's a friend of the pod.
Judging on his comments at our meet and greet.
We made fun of that guy together.
I guess so. And he was our friend then. And then he
Yeah.
realized who we were. And he was
I know, media.
Oh.
Oh, everyone's got a damn podcast. Jerry, you got Reese's? That's bullshit. Yeah, and apparently he like had a fall before Double or Nothing. I feel like we can't go to an AEW pay-per-view without Jim Ross having like some sort of issue. It's always reported like he fell, he got the flu, like
he just got over some sort of cancer too, didn't he?
yeah. And then and I hate it because people are like, "Oh man, Jim Ross is going to die doing AEW because that's all he wants is money." Now, we'll make fun of Jim Ross for some of the shit he likes on Twitter. We'll make fun of Jim Ross for some of the shit he says. But
the worst thing Twitter ever did was get rid of the public likes feature.
Yeah.
Fuck.
But I don't think Jim Ross is like money hungry. I've never gotten that vibe from anything.
I don't think he needs to be anymore.
No.
I think he's good.
Yeah, I think he's doing it just because he loves wrestling. I honestly think, might be a little morbid, I think if Jim Ross were to stop announcing, it would be like a Joe Paterno thing where he'd be dead within a month.
He had like nothing to look forward to.
Or there was that announcer. Was it Lou Holtz? Was he the one? He stopped announcing, or he stopped doing like College Game Day, and within so long he died. something like that.
I thought Logan was still alive.
There's some old timer like that. Someone will correct us if they listen. Um, but
This
yeah,
is a
I think
wrestling podcast, not a college football podcast.
yeah, I think that'll
Oh,
happen
he's
with
dead.
Jim
Oh,
Ross.
Holtzer's dead. He died in March.
Okay, maybe it was him then.
Hmm.
But yeah, I fear that for Jim Ross because I know for a while people were worried about him when his wife first passed away. That's still just fucked to think about. She got ran over while she was on her Vespa. Like Jesus,
That's a brutal way to go.
I know. She's a big Steelers fan. I always see that on social media each year. I forget because I see him at a Steelers game, and I'm like, Jim, you're from Oklahoma. Your boss is a Jaguars fan. Why are you repping Steelers? Oh, Jan loved the Steelers. Okay, yeah, I hope if he does go out, maybe Tony Khan reaches out to WWE and allows Jerry Lawler to. Jerry and Jim should do one more match together, even if I'm sure the commentary would be abysmal.
Just Jim Ross doesn't know what he's talking about. Jerry
Let's
Lawler is making sex jokes.
let's have them do like a speed match, so they can't even keep up.
Yeah.
But yeah, poor Jim Ross.
No,
He's
let's do like a like two Japanese women wrestlers. So JR can't pronounce their names or doesn't know who they are, and then Lawler can make really sexual, racially undertoned commentary the whole time.
I also saw people were giving Jim Ross shit because after Moxley won, he said, "Oh, we have a new champion." Okay, I'm pretty sure Michael Cole's made that mistake before.
Cole makes a mistake probably every week.
Yeah, announcers do that. Yeah, oh, new champion. Okay, because I saw the article. It was like Jim Ross makes huge botch on AEW pay per view. I'm like, oh, here we go.
Leave JR alone. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah, like he's at the point. Just let him do his thing. Let him ride off into the sunset like John Wayne. Let him get inducted in the first class of the eventual AEW Hall of Fame. Let the man live.
That might be a good podcast episode.
First AEW Hall of Fame.
First AEW Hall of Fame. Who would go in it? I got a couple on the top of my head. Jericho,
Yeah.
JR,
Stinger.
Sting.
Probably Dustin Rhodes at this point.
Yeah, that wouldn't be a bad first class.
And then I think you got to round it out with Danielson, and then there's your 5.
Yeah, I just want to accept that Danielson's like retired. So
Hey, Hall of Fame doesn't mean retired. Look at Rey Mysterio.
true, but I feel like it should. I
It
don't
should
like the
mean
idea.
retired.
I don't like the idea of Hall of Famers wrestling.
Not for as many matches as Ray has either. I saw he has like some sort of ridiculous record. Wrestled as Hall of Famer. Rey Mysterio. Let's see. He has 33 plus matches on TV after being
Yeah,
inducted into the Hall of Fame. Jerry Lawler was at 32, Edge 28, Kurt Angle 19.
I understand like Edge, like he thought he was medically retired and came back.
And I get
But
Kurt Angle because I mean they just whenever they needed a pop, they're like, "Hey, Kurt, Roman's got the mumps.
go
You
out
mean
there,
the
kid.
Shield?"
Fun little side quest for Kurt.
You know, well, going around the rumor mill, what wasn't going to stay retired? The
Oh yeah,
new world order, brother.
for life.
The team, I I have my theory on what happened already, but supposedly it was Lars Sullivan, Sheamus, Shinsuke Nakamura, and I think it was Claudio or Cesaro was the 4th. And whoever reported it, I'm not even gonna say their name because I think this is it's a farce. supposedly an original NWO member was going to come out with them, but they got diagnosed with COVID. So Kevin Nash said he had no idea about this. X-Pac said he had no idea about this. Bischoff said he had no idea about this. If Nash and Pac didn't know about it, then Scott Hall didn't know about it. If Bischoff didn't know about it, then Hogan didn't know about it.
Yeah.
So either the NWO member was going to be some turd, like The Big Show, like your man Buff Bagwell,
Have his
uh,
autograph somewhere around here. I didn't throw it
but
away yet.
I think what happened was this stable was going to be a world stable, like the World Elite or the Un-Americans. And when this was told to this guy, it was, a new world stable, a new world, like New World Order. And he just ran with it because there's no way, like,
Yeah.
it's such a mishmash of people. And I mean, maybe something was getting ready because Shinsuke and Cesaro did team up around that time. But yeah, I have no idea what. And especially if it was 2020 around COVID, then that means it would have been around the time of the Firefly Funhouse match where Cena came out in the NWO shirt.
Yeah.
I don't see this
It
being
was
a
during the
thing.
Thunderdome era, so um yeah, it was ex WWE writer Chris Dunn. He's the one that kind of leaked it out. And he says it was simply creative team banging their heads together to try to keep TV interesting.
That would not
Um,
have been interesting. Lars Sullivan always sucked. You really don't have, unless the NWO member would have been the mouthpiece. Because, I mean, if Sheamus is your best talker, good luck. Especially at that point. In recent years, he's done well as a face, but then,
Sheamus would have been the leader of it too, which would have sucked.
Yeah, and being an
The whole thing
NWO,
sucked.
I've always felt if you're going to redo the NWO, you have to have someone big turn and join it. Like where they teased, or where it was talked about when Cena turned heel earlier last year, that it could be Cena, Rock, and Hogan. That'd have made sense. But no one in that group, like even Sheamus, whatever he was doing at the time, I don't think I'd go, oh my god, he's in the NWO. I'd go, oh, Sheamus is in the NWO. Cool, I guess.
Off topic here. The Madden 27 cover athlete got announced about
Oh,
10 minutes ago. Do you want to take a guess who it is?
Kenneth Walker III.
Nope. I would say it is a MVP though. Not the Super Bowl MVP, but the NFL MVP.
I
Our boy Matty Ice Stafford.
Wow. Good for
Uh,
him.
actually, hold on. This might not be real.
Oh,
It's expected to be named the Madden 27 cover athlete.
you just got a bunch of Stafford fans
Fake news.
excited for nothing.
Hey, I am one of them. I'm a Stafford fan. We're coming close to an hour here. Let's wrap it up with a game. I got a game for you. Let's end up on a
Okay.
high note. We talked
I like
about
games.
sad Jim Ross and sad NWO group.
Oh, yeah. Sad
And nobody really
Jazzwares
cared.
folding. Sad Brock Lesnar coming back. Sad arrest. It's just been a sad pod. We're
So no,
supposed to be
I'm
the
really
dad pod.
we're the dad pod, brand new dad pod. So no, this is really just going off of. I really hope you didn't see Chris Van Fleet's Facebook today.
No.
Um,
I will say, I've started watching his pods on YouTube regularly. When I stay up with my daughter, I've went through all of my video game guys and their long streams. So I'm like, what can I put on? And I put on his. I don't watch any of them with like the big names like MJF. I watch the Mavens, the Godfathers, Steve
yeah.
Blackman.
Well, the
Because
MGF was a good too. You like that one, but
I feel like those are people we could get though. So I'm just preparing. I'm learning.
oh, okay. I'll reach out to Maven next
I
week.
think I honestly not a bad idea.
But you're the email guy. So yeah, Chris Van Fleet put this on his Facebook page.
Okay.
I'll give you 3 strikes. Let's see if you can name the top 8 WWE theme songs by Spotify streams.
Is this
I'll
all time?
all time. Um, I'll give it
Voices.
by Randy Orton.
Yeah.
And that is 4th. That's
Okay.
73 million streams.
Jesus. When it says WWE, does it have to be like made by WWE, or could it be CM Punk's? Either of them, because both of them were made by other people.
See, this is where I don't know what Chris Van Fleet is doing, because he does have Killswitch Engage, Just Fire Burns at number
Okay.
1 with 144 million streams, but Cult of Personality is 200 plus million streams. Is not on here.
Okay.
But if you would have said that, I would have given it to you anyway. And
See, I think that makes
they
sense.
both those both would have been number 1 on this list.
That makes sense being one. I remember in middle school, around that time when it was like, oh man, I like wrestling, but I don't want people to think I'm a fucking dork.
Right.
I would have like a playlist of wrestling themes, but it would be ones like Line in the Sand for Evolution, or I Walk Alone for Batista. Because then you could play, oh, it's Motorhead, it's Saliva, dude. Come on.
Yeah.
And then
I don't
I
like
went
wrestling.
to
I'm not a fucking nerd.
yeah, and then I went to high school, and the one time that my phone went off with my music, it was Real American by Hulk Hogan, and the teacher's like, "You still watch that crap?" And I just looked at him,
Fuel.
and
Nightmare
he's just, "I can't. You ought to thought you'd have grown up by now." And I go, "I have grown up, and I realize I like wrestling." And I forget the ending of it. I remember I said, "At least I'm not an English teacher."
Wow.
And then he just went back to his shit. Let's see.
We
So I've got.
respect our teachers here on
I do respect teachers. I do until they disrespect my love of Hulkamania, brother. He's right there.
You have 1 and 4.
1 and 4. WWE. John Cena. The time is now.
Okay. Yep. Another easy one. That is at number 2 at 119 million streams.
So I have 1, 2, and 4, and this is top 8.
Top 8. I will say number 2, number 3 are pretty close in streams, only 1 million apart.
And this is all time.
Yeah, it's all time. Like you talking about like all time like wrestlers or like
Yeah.
not current. But I will say there's not many people from the 90s on here.
Is DX's theme on there?
DX's theme is not on here.
Oh, that's shocking.
No, it'll be your first strike.
1, 2, and 4.
I'll say it's all time, and I'd try to lean more current.
More current.
2000s onward, I'd say.
2000s
for the most
onward.
part.
Is that Walk Alone on there?
I Walk Alone is on there at number 5.
Okay,
with 53
wow.
million streams.
So it's mostly current. Let's see.
Out of the people you have left, there's only one active wrestler.
Okay.
But I would not think old either.
Let's see if DX fails me again. I gotta assume Sexy Boy's on there.
Sexy Boy is on there at number 8.
8?
At 8. A measly 31 million streams.
I feel like we played it that many times on the way to Starcast.
Yeah. Every time I looked at you, I had to turn it on.
Let's see. Because I'm gonna assume these are all ones with words, so people can sing along. Because I mean, if Stone Cold is on there, then people are criminals, because that's like a song you put on before you go commit assault. So I'm not gonna say that one.
Before be my damn wife. Deborah, get in here.
Man,
Deborah, I'm gonna drop you on the neck.
Real American on there.
Real American's not on here. I
Damn.
will have to. I'll double check to see what the streams are because that's not a WWE produced one.
No, that's sure Rick Derringer.
So I might give you your strike back if this would have been on here.
Okay, yeah, look that up first. That way I know so if I can make another goofy guess, or if I have to keep them all.
Okay.
Hulk Hogan's Real American had 6 streams all time.
It would not have made the list. It's only at 20 million streams.
That's it?
That's
10
all.
million, 10 million of them are probably me.
Yeah, if it's your ringtone, you know.
Dude, I wish.
I think there's 2 because you have 3, 6, and 7 left. I think 2 of these they're bangers. I'd say they're not. One of them, the number 3, is 118 million streams.
Let's see. And for those wondering, yeah, I was looking down, but not at my phone. I have a baby.
Special guest in the pod. Three.
I'm gonna go back to the DX. Well, I'm gonna say Triple H.
There's 2 of them.
Oh, that makes it easy. So the Game and King of Kings, huh?
We had to pick one. Which one's on it?
Oh, they're both not. That's fuck.
Maybe, I don't know. You have to take a guess.
I'm gonna go with the Game first. That seems like the easy choice.
The Game is on there. That's the one with 118 million streams. That's number 3. So you have 6 and 7 left. You can guess King of Kings. I'm not even telling you that's on there for sure.
I'll be so pissed off if it's my time. His other one, I
do not think I would not.
Okay. Well, you don't seem as confident, so I'm gonna go King of Kings.
King of Kings is on there, 34 million streams. 1 strike left, 1 spot left, the 6th spot. I'll give you a hint on this one because this one is pretty hard, I would say. You said you're thinking of wrestling themes that have
Words, yeah.
Words. This song, to my knowledge, does not have any words.
Well, so it's not.
And this is besides Orton, and I guess Punk at number 1, but it's not his current one. This guy is a current active wrestler.
See, I was gonna guess the Shield, but you said no word. Yep, that's you. Then I'm trying to think. Current wrestler Seth Rollins has words. I'm gonna count the O as words. I swear to God, if it's Jey Uso's already, I may go play in traffic.
He has words.
I know. Oh, that's true. Good.
Down sits. Probably by next year, he'll probably be in the top 8 here.
No word. I've got it. It's down to 2 people.
Talk me through. Who's it down to?
It's down to Gunther or Roman. It would have to be one of them. I don't know of anyone else that doesn't have words, that's active, that fans would like. I'm honestly shocked Rhea Ripley's isn't on there, but maybe it's because hers is done by Motionless in White that it doesn't count.
True. No.
I'm surprised Trouble by Liv Morgan isn't on there. Probably because it's so new.
Yeah.
Oh, you said active though, so it's not the Undertaker's. Oh, that's tricky. You said active. You said no words. I can't imagine people are that weird, like you and I, and would listen to Gunther's theme. I'm gonna go with Roman. Roman makes sense. Roman was champion for 6 years. People, they say it's an you said it earlier, aura farming. Roman Reigns, final answer.
Final answer, Roman Reigns.
Head of the table or whatever it's called.
That is correct. 52 million streams for the head of the table. And Logan survives with 1 strike. What I am looking up though, because you got me wondering, because Gunther's theme is Symphony.
Yeah.
what's it called? Number
No idea.
9
Yes.
by Ludwig Beethoven. What how many
I'm.
streams that has?
Oh, probably more than any WWE one.
The issue is,
See, I'm surprised. Like, Break the Walls Down wasn't on there. The DX theme wasn't on there. The Rock. There's a lot that come to mind.
how many streams does Beethoven? Not not that song. 79 have.
But yeah, I've been starting to, like I said, as you look that up, really enjoying the Van Vliet interviews. I know that was something on previous pods. I said that I really didn't watch any of his. I mean, I'd catch little clips here or there, but it wasn't anything that I'd watch. But he's just a genuine nice guy.
Yikes. Only 9 million
Yikes.
streams for the
Oh,
Beethoven.
yikes to that. I thought you were saying yikes to him being a nice guy. I was like, what happened? I started liking him and he did something.
Automatically gets canceled. Yeah.
Yeah. And I guess on the flip side of things, while we're talking about that, or on the same token, I said it before. It might have been on the podcast we lost that we didn't post. I really, I made fun of Maven before, but I really like his stuff, man. I'm never bored. There's some wrestlers out there like a certain Dudley Boy, a certain BWO leader. I find their stuff boring. Their YouTube content just not for me. Maven, and it feels like they're bitter. Like a lot of times you'll see people be bitter.
Yeah.
Oh, I shouldn't have done this or blah, blah, blah. Maven's just having fun. Yeah, sometimes he'll talk about like, I hate Triple H. But I don't think that's crazy. And then he'll do the skits where he like apologizes to RVD for saying he stinks, and I don't know. Maven's fun. I enjoy Maven.
I just don't like how they talk sometimes.
Oh,
He's always kind of talking like this. And
he talking like this, and the thing I don't like is, now, you mentioned earlier a heel. Now, Mr. Murphy, can you explain to my audience here what a wrestling heel would be? Let me just stop you. That means bad guy. I was a bad guy a couple times in my career. I wasn't too good at it, but it's something they just wanted me to do. But I'm glad I got the chance. I mean, maybe if I would have practiced a little more, not been at the bar so much, then I might still be in the industry. But I love what I'm doing now. I love my wife, and I love all you here on the YouTube scape. I get it. I understand.
I just like, it's just my biggest pet peeve of like, I think we said this before. Like when wrestlers like doing like wrestling like related like media content or like The Rock's Instagram, for example. It's like they have to explain, or in books, explain the terminology of like wrestling stuff.
I get it in a book, especially like, say, a Ric Flair, a Dusty Rhodes, where someone may pick it up because they know the name, but they don't necessarily know all about wrestling. But yeah, the Rock stuff, especially when he talks about like his father and grandfather, like, dude, if we're reading about if we're reading about Rocky Johnson or Peter Maivia, I don't need to know about wrestling stuff. Like
Yeah, like somebody like is it Diana Hart?
Yeah,
She has the book. They got
Diana
recalled.
Hart Smith.
Yeah, she has to explain. She explains what the gorilla position is in that book like a handful of times, like who it's named after. I'm like,
Another person that does that is Sunny in her book, but Sunny is one of those, you can tell she wrote hers. Like Dusty Rhodes' book, you can tell they tried to make it sound like him because they'd put like "if you will" and "if you believe that, Daddy" in there. But like Sunny, there's some poor grammar.
I kind of prefer it then. I just hear from
You
there.
you like you like you like seeing Sunny Raw,
Yeah, I prefer my sunny days.
Sunny Days, Sunny Side Up,
Yeah, that's it. What's she up to?
Prison,
Is she in prison? Can we
Prison.
write her? Is she on a pen pal thing?
Maybe.
Well, first off, what prison is she in?
Not a clue.
That's a well. I'll look that up off stream.
Yep, that'll be for the next
Uh,
one.
if we write a letter to Sunny, that might be a hit segment.
I have her signed 8x10 downstairs because of the Rizzler. So our Rizzler, not the Rizzler. But if the Rizzler is listening, I would really love to try your Rizberry tea. Hit me up.
He can come on the pod too. We can talk about I don't know Fortnite, whatever.
Yeah, so that's right. We're reaching out to LA Night Girl. We're reaching out to Maven. We're reaching out to the Rizzler.
They're all going to be on the same podcast.
We're going to do a round table.
You know, LA Night Girl. Can I call you Bree? Can I call you Bree? LA Knight is what we call a face in wrestling. Do you know what a face is? A face is the good guy. Face is a good guy in wrestling.
Before we get off here, blind rank these 5.
Oh,
there's a connection between them, but let's blind rank these. Oh yeah. Okay. I'm gonna give you these 5. You got to blind rank them
so I can keep a track.
Let me know when you're ready.
I'm ready.
And it's based on the pro wrestling, like just
based
everything.
On their wrestling?
Their everything, their ability, what they meant to the sport, all that.
Okay.
All right. 1.
Is there a theme?
You'll see.
Okay.
Jerry Lawler.
Okay, Jerry Lawler. I early on, I think his commentary was pretty good. He trailed off at the end. He's actually a legend in Memphis. I think I have to put I have to put Jerry Lawler at 2, right? Pretty high up there.
Pretty high.
You're going off of wrestling ability and everything. I put Jerry Lawler at 3. I don't know. Something about it. You're scaring me right now. I'll put Jerry Lawler at 3.
Danhausen.
He has a lot of high selling merch. And I do love Danhausen. I'm very high on Danhausen. Do I like him more than Jerry Lawler? Yes.
Okay.
Is this a personal ranking or like the objective ranking? That's the real question.
We're gonna go. We'll say personal.
Okay, I'll put Danhausen at 2.
At 2, Danhausen at 2.
I don't want to give up that one spot yet.
Okay. Sexual chocolate, Mark Henry.
Sexual chocolate, Mark Henry. How do you spell that? Let's put sexual chocolate at 4.
4?
I think I see the connection here. So now I gotta try to think who else you would throw at me to. So right. 1 and 5 left. Not a great spot to be in, honestly. Matt Hardy. Personal rankings of Matt Hardy. Okay, who's left out there? Who could you give me? I'm gonna have to put Matt Hardy at 5.
Matt Hardy at 5.
I'm gonna have to trust you give me somebody good here. This might be a perfect list if you give me somebody good here.
Number 1, X-Pac.
X-Pac. Okay. X-Pac's number 1. I got no. He was a good meet. I love meeting him.
Yeah, great and that's I think you noted it. This is just wrestlers. Not only that I've met or you've met, but that we each have a picture together with. We have the photo op with Danhausen. We have the belt picture with Mark Henry. We just met Jerry Lawler. Matt Hardy was nice enough to include you in our picture, and Dolph Ziggler was the first guy we met at that Squared Circle Expo, and we each had a belt. Or not Dolph Ziggler. Sorry, that's what I was thinking before. X-Pac, we met at Astronomicon. I didn't want to double up on conventions.
If I had to change this list, I honestly probably would have put Danhausen at 1. I think that might be the only thing I'd change. If you're going based on like interactions meeting, Danhausen might be one, because I met him twice,
Yes, you did.
and both times were great. X-Pac had a great time. Talked with us for a good minute.
Mm-hmm.
I just love the guy at the Jerry Lawler line. I might have switched Jerry Lawler and Sexual Chocolate just because.
Do you want it to say Mark Henry or Sexual Chocolate Mark Henry?
Spell out sexual perfectly. Chocolate. CHO. Yeah. I had to think about it for a sec. Yeah, Matt Hardy's nice, but
yeah,
you really helped us out by letting me be in that picture. We paid $60 for.
we did.
Good blind rank. I like that.
Yeah, we'll throw out more. We'll throw more out there. It's not like there isn't more people we've met, but I guess until next time, maybe your computer will be working then. Maybe you'll still be on your phone. I guess it depends on how much you make at that garage sale.
Hey, I made $40 today.
There you go.
We're on our way. We make $40 tomorrow. That's 80. And then on Sunday, we could be reaching 100, 120. That's enough for a new PC part that I think is wrong.
You just tell the wife and kid, this is my money. This is my podcast. Sit down and shut up.
Sit down and shut up and make me a sandwich, bitch. Turkey and cheese. Can you handle that? I gotta think if I want to keep that in or not.
It's up to you.
Lights out. That time. I hate that. I hate that guy. He's a piece of shit, but he is funny.
Yeah.
What's the one I've seen today that you said? How do you say? Is like, shut up and let a man handle it. I know you're not used to a man talking to you like that. Like, oh my god. Anyway, let's wrap this up. This is Pro Wrestling Proverbs episode 136 in the books. Until next time, I'm Logan. Or I'm Anthony, that's Logan.
I'm Logan. Anthony and I'm Logan.
I'm Logan and Anthony.
And that's Marianne.
That's Marianne. Thomas is sleeping, hopefully.
So's Marianne.
Well, kids are sleeping. The dads are still up. What the fuck? How does that work?
What's new?
So, see you next week, brother.